When someone passes, where do they go? Gone forever? Or can they show? What if you could find someone between to bridge the gap of those
I'm
unseen?
Michele Livingston, and I've been a spiritual medium for the last 30 years, appearing on Fox News, New York.
Hello, everybody. I'm Greg Jarrett. Welcome back to Breaking News. To be a really interesting guest for the hour, Michele Livingston is a visionary counselor.
On stage with medium James Von Prague.
Did anybody smoke, Richard?
Yes.
I smell tremendous smoke even up here. Was that your father that smoked?
My father and my mom.
On ABC
There's
News.
air, oxygen everywhere. You can't see it, but it's here. Same thing with the spirit realms. So even though it's in a beautiful invisible realm, I have the capacity to tap into it and actually see them. He says, thanks for the balloons. I have no idea what that means. Do you have your mother's ashes with you?
My brother and I had necklaces made with her ashes in them, and I just took it off the chain tonight and put it in my pocket because I was curious if it would come up, and it did.
From the east in Harrisburg, PA, to the west in Hollywood, CA, I'm the people's medium.
All right, Michele Livingston.
Hello, Tony Sweet. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, my dear. I'm back after a couple weeks of a hiatus. Last Thursday and Friday, we had Children's Miracle Network fundraiser. And I'm on a morning drive time show called The People's Morning Show. That's how I got my name, The People's Medium. But we raised money for the Hershey Medical Children's Hospital. When you think of Hershey, Pennsylvania, you think of chocolate.
Right.
But here there's a wonderful hospital for children that have accidents, that are premature, whatever. And some of the families just don't have, of course, the money. So we raised money, and it was my honor to do angel readings again this year. This is the 11th year I've done them. And I'm kind of wiped for the rest of the week.
Sure.
So I took a little time off last week. But I want to thank all the people watching tonight. I had a lot of emails from new people from all over that just heard about the show. And this is aired from LA. It's aired from Hollywood, where Tony is. And onto my fan page in Central Pennsylvania. If you have not liked my fan page, please like it, The People's Medium. Every couple of weeks, I do a show. And again, this is the Thanksgiving show. And I want to just do a little bit of trivia. People say that they like my teaching techniques. So I thought this was kind of interesting. The first celebration, give you a little bit of history here, was in 1621. And it was actually in Massachusetts, but it wasn't called Massachusetts at the time. And of course, we know about the Pilgrims and the Native American Indians. But the Pilgrims landed on Plymouth Rock. They befriended some of the Indians, and they were called Wampanoag Indians. And they were the first ones in the Massachusetts area. They had an autumn harvest, beautiful autumn harvest. And they thought, well, let's celebrate. So they got together, and they actually celebrated for 3 whole days. So the first Thanksgiving celebration was on and on and on, which I think is great. They didn't have, believe it or not, turkey. You know, when you think of Thanksgiving, it equals turkey. And actually, it's funny, over 90% of Americans eat turkey on Thanksgiving Day. But anyhow, they got together, and the Indians brought venison, which is deer, and corn from their crops. And some of the Pilgrims actually brought seafood. So the first Thanksgiving meal, they had cod. I think this is interesting. They had bass and different types of fish and seafood, and no turkey. Anyhow, so as they were getting along and things were going on, and we hear about this, we read about this in history books. There was a lady, and I don't know if you know this, Tony, who do you think started the Thanksgiving tradition over and above 1621? Who do you think perpetuated it? Do you have any idea?
Oh my god. You would put me on the spot, but no, I don't.
There was one president that was persuaded to make it a national holiday.
Oh.
But it's only really celebrated in America and in Canada. So here in the U.S., we have it the fourth Thursday in November. And in Canada, I think it's the second Monday in October. I'm pretty sure. If anyone's watching or listening from Canada, let me know.
Right.
Because yours is in October, ours is in November. But I really like to do the research, and I found the godmother of Thanksgiving, and her name was Sarah Hale. And she did a 36-year, now think about this, campaign for a national Thanksgiving Day. And that's what she wanted. And that's where her heart led her. She was a writer, and she actually was an editor of a magazine at the time. She was born in the late 1700s, I think like 1788. She lived to be almost 100.
Wow.
So she lived, yeah, isn't that crazy? She lived into the late 1800s. And she was quite a character and very well known at the time. She knew the presidents. The Godey magazine was her magazine that she wrote for. And she, this is so funny, tried to talk Thomas Jefferson into making Thanksgiving a national holiday. He said, "Are you kidding me?" He said, "That is absolutely ridiculous." So that lobby didn't work for her. And I just thought that was funny. And I don't think Jefferson ever celebrated Thanksgiving. But anyhow, she finally persuaded President Abraham Lincoln after almost 40 years of this going on. So in 1863, he declared Thanksgiving as our national holiday in November. And I love it. And it is a time to give thanks, and it is a time to gather together, and it is a time to be grateful. So anyhow, bless everyone that's watching, and bless the godmother of Thanksgiving. I'm so glad it was a woman. Thanks, Sarah, if you're looking down from heaven. The other thing that she did that is, I just think, kind of a trivia, a little bit of a trivia pursuit, and it's amazing, is she wrote the nursery rhyme, Mary Had a Little Lamb. Can you believe this?
Wow.
Sarah Hale. And her friend had a little girl named Mary. And Mary, seriously, this is true, had a lamb, a pet lamb. And she took it to school for a show and tell. And so Sarah wrote the nursery rhyme, Mary Had a Little Lamb, in honor of her friend's daughter. Can you imagine this?
I'm learning so much today. Thank you, teacher.
I've been teaching all my life and still teaching. But these are things a lot of people don't know. And I just find it fascinating how everything comes together. And there is not as much tradition, of course, with Thanksgiving as there would be a Christmas or Easter, which started in ancient Greece, or even Halloween, which was the pagan Roman holiday. But ours started in 1621. And anyhow, I'm glad that Abraham Lincoln finally declared it the national day. A turkey's lifespan, I find this fascinating, is 15 years, which is a long
really?
time.
That's a long time.
Yeah. And I might become vegetarian. I don't know. They slaughter the turkeys at about the age of 3 to 5 months. But it is a great tradition, and I remember my mother made the best stuffing. What did you have turkey and stuffing, Tony, every Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember back. That's why I'm like, I don't think I could do vegetarian, because I love me some turkey, but yeah, the stuffing, if you make it right, woo, it's good.
What kind of stuffing did you have? Do you remember?
You know, it's not the stovetop, but it's the thicker, bread with the celery and the onion and Worcestershire or whatever they put. I don't know but it's so good. Ugh.
Well, and my mother, this is crazy. You have to like oysters, but my mother, Dorothy, she made the best oyster stuffing
Really?
or filling that I've ever had. And it's interesting now that I did a little research that actually the first Thanksgiving dinner, they had seafood. So, Dorothy, thank you for my oyster stuffing every year. It was so delicious. And what state, I'm going to just give you a little quiz, do you think has the most wild turkeys per capita? There is one state in this country.
Well, I know Kansas has a lot, but I'm going to say Texas.
You're close. It is Minnesota.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, has the most wild turkeys.
Wow.
But talking about Kansas, and you are from Kansas, Spinola, Kansas.
I am.
Wait till you hear this one, darling. Wait till you hear this one. There are 3 townships in the state of Kansas that are named Turkey.
Really?
I'm not kidding you.
I didn't even know that.
I almost fell off my chair when I found that out. And I just thought, I don't know where they are, but you need to Google them.
I'm going to have to now.
Luckily, you're not in the township of Turkey, but can you imagine that?
No.
It's the only state, your state's the only state in the country that has townships named Turkey. So go figure.
Well, my hometown's named after, cereal, so.
That's right. So you'll have to check that out. I just thought you'd get a kick out of that.
Thank you. No, that's funny. I'll have to check it. Who would call it Turkey? Turkey, Kansas.
Turkey Township. So anyhow, yeah. And the other thing that I wanted to address here is peace. Because, when you think of the first Thanksgiving get together, the Native American Indians and the colonists were trying to befriend each other and make peace. So it's difficult in today's world. We all know this with terrorism and shootings and the chaos and the political situation and all this kind of thing swirling around us, especially if we're an empathic type of person. It really gets to us. And people will write to me and say, how do I get peace within my heart? Or how do I find peace this Thanksgiving season? So we know it's a season for reflection and for giving thanks, that's for sure. But I like this saying because it kind of puts an emphasis on where we all need to be. Peace is not the absence of power, but peace is the presence of love. And I think that's a beautiful thing. It's not the absence of power, it's the presence of love. And it does start within the human heart. And it does start with thinking, because as we know, thoughts plus energy equals form. So I say that a lot. Written 7 books, and a lot of them have to do with conscious manifestation, attracting what we think in a positive way. And it's difficult, I know, to embrace peace. But one of the things you can do is work from the heart chakra. Be aware of energy that surrounds you. And as soon as you have a negative thought, please spin it around and be aware at least of it and try to be thankful for what you have. Because when you're thankful and grateful for what you have, it does instill peace. You can shift your thinking by making a list. Now, we always say the attitude of gratitude, but it really is true. And through the energy of conscious manifestation, if you take a sheet of paper and you write down, I am now, which puts it in this context, very happy and grateful for. And you can list the simplest of things. It could be your life, your health, your home, your family, friends, your pets. I am now very happy and grateful for, and it really shifts the mindset and creates the attitude of gratitude, but also, it's the old cliche, counting blessings, but it's true. So when you wake up in the morning, if you go over your list, what I did years ago is I had a little CD player, and I made my list and I wrote it down, and then I actually talked into the machine and listened to it every morning. And it sort of set the tone for the day so that I was upbeat. And yes, things would come at me right and left, and it does with everyone. But it somehow I had the strength to keep saying, I'm really happy and grateful for everything. When you do that, and you know that, Tony, it really flips the coin,
Right.
so to speak.
Yes.
The other thing is journaling is really important. Sometimes people are private in their ways of thinking, and they put up a wall, and there's nothing wrong with that, because a lot of us have been hurt. There are a lot of wounded healers out there, we call them, that have been hurt. But journaling is important. So get yourself a notebook and write down how you feel. And it could even be a couple times a week. Put the date on it, pour your heart out, because basically what the notebook becomes is a catalyst or a friend. And you can write down things that you would not tell your best friend or your spouse or whoever you're close to, or a family member. And it helps to instill peace, because you're getting those feelings out of yourself onto the paper. And what's wonderful is you can do this for years. And then you go back and you look at the date and you see your progression. You see how far you've come over many months or over many years. And I love that approach, because it's a great way to get in touch with who you are as an individual. And so that's great. So again, notebook, journaling, it becomes your best friend. It becomes the catalyst. And try to have a heartfelt thanks for others. It's not just even paying it forward, although I read so many beautiful stories on Facebook. And believe me, those that view, they're watching for the first time. I'm on Facebook all the time. I have a friend page, Michele Livingston, Michele 1L, which is on the screen. But I also have my fan page, which hopefully you're watching on right now. And I must say that it connects you with many, many different people. And I will answer all questions right now on Facebook. I cannot see your comments, but after the show, I go through each and every comment and I answer them within a day or two. And I thank all of you that have been pretty faithful. This is the third year, actually, Tony. Do you realize that I've been on UBN, Universal Broadcast?
Oh, my
Network.
Goodness.
Yeah, this is the third year.
Time is going fast.
It's flying. And even though, there are holidays and hiatuses and things like that, it's always good to come back. And you've been a great co-host, Tony.
Oh, thank you.
Bless you. I love you.
I love you too. And I just love learning from you. It's amazing.
Well, we cover a broad range of info. And so if you miss anything that's on here tonight, it'll be on my YouTube channel. That's Michele Livingston, the People's Medium YouTube. All the shows will come up, past shows. And also you can watch the rerun of this on my fan page. So anyhow, I wrote an affirmation of peace, and I'm going to read it. And I just actually wrote it today. I'm going to announce my 8th book coming up at some point. But I am going to read this every morning because I felt very uplifted when I wrote it. And I think it was a form of automatic writing. But here's my affirmation for peace. And I hope you enjoy it. Dear Lord, please instill peace within me. Let my energy, thoughts, vibrations, and motivations remain calm. Help me to have the faith to know that peace will remain in me and that peace will surround me and enfold me like the wings of angels. As a gentle waterfall, let peace flow through me and wash away any doubt, any fear, any negative thought, or any anxiety. I am now in the arms of perfect peace. and my heart is engulfed in its serenity. So there's an affirmation for peace. And if you didn't get it all, catch it all, please watch the rerun and you can write it down. If anybody wants it, I'll send it to you.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. What goes hand in hand with that really is the affirmation of protection as well. We did a show together, Tony, I don't know, maybe it was a few months ago, on empaths. You probably remember that one.
I do.
And people that are sensitive have a lot of mood swings. They wake up in the morning feeling pretty good, and they go about their day, and by mid-afternoon they're tired or drained. They are beautiful people, but they unknowingly are imbibing other people's dramas and energy. And so their peace becomes drained within them. And in my book, Messages from Beyond, it's one of my spiritual guidebooks. There it is. There is a little affirmation of protection. And you can surround yourself with golden light in the morning or a dome of pure white light. Those are both very high visionary. They're not really colors. White's the reflection of all color. But many times people in the near-death experience have seen golden light. And so golden light is so beautiful, and pure white light. And what you say every morning, if you want to post this on your mirror while you're brushing your teeth, it'll help you get through the day, and it will protect you. And all you say is, dear Lord, please protect me this day. Protect me physically, emotionally, and mentally. Protect my auric field and my soul. Let me only attract people into my space today for my highest good, and any situations or opportunities into my space for my highest good. And when things come at you, and there are many vibrations on the earth plane, people don't mean to be envious. People don't mean to be resentful. People don't even sometimes know they're angry, but a lot of times emotions will be coming at us and we don't even know it. So this puts a dome of light or protection over you, and it does ward off things. There's mirrored images that you can use too. You can visualize yourself in a mirror, like an octagon mirror, and when things come at you, they deflect or reflect back. But this is so simple, and protection is important. And I'm not Catholic, but I do believe in Archangel Michael, the divine protector. I've seen images of him in visions, and he always comes in royal blue and is just a dynamic and very high vibrational archangel. So if you need protection in your home, call upon Archangel Michael, the divine protector, and say this little affirmation of protection. Tony, do you do anything for protection, or do you meditate? Or I know your meditation's nature. That I know.
Meditation is nature, but you have such a great memory. I'm trying more now, just in the last few weeks, to start getting more into, a little more meditation or affirmation, and starting to talk to the universe even more than I did before. So. Yeah, but protection, I don't say something to protect me personally, but to protect my family and friends. So.
But I know you feel energy, though.
Oh,
I know that.
Totally.
Yes. You feel, you're sensitive. So the theme or the topic tonight was peace for this Thanksgiving season, how to promote peace by journaling, and even attitudes of gratitude, writing down what you're grateful for, counting your blessings, of course. Looking forward to next week when we celebrate Thanksgiving, a time to gather together. And so I so enjoy doing these shows. And for those of you that are new, I start with a topic of teaching. And then sometimes people call with questions or even little stories to tell. And I also want to honor those that are going to call tonight if they want to talk to a loved one in heaven for Thanksgiving. And I had many, many, many requests for that. So I don't want to teach too long because I love to talk to the viewers and listeners.
They love talking to you too.
So I think we're about ready for a little
break.
Little break about my seminar. I do want to say that it's almost full. I have a seminar Sunday, December 2nd, and it's in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It's at a wonderful facility. We should get around 100 people. That's what the room holds. We've had more than that in larger rooms, but it is a buffet dinner. And it's known for its food. And I have my co-host Jen Shade. In fact, Tony, I don't know if you remember, she's been on a couple times with me.
I
Jen.
do. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she's fantastic. So she's going to be my co-host. We have a Q&A session. I go around and do random readings. We have a book signing, and we have this wonderful dinner, and there are only a few seats left. So hop on it. You can sign up on my website, which is on the screen, and or you can call me. My number's on my website. So I'm going to say bless everyone tonight, and we'll go for my little video and come back, and we'll take some phone calls.
All right, we'll be right back.
If you enjoy the Michele Livingston Show and want to see her in person, check out her next live seminar.
So here we go. If you can work with me, close your eyes. We're going to take 8 deep breaths, and we're going to start.
Have you recently lost a loved one?
Who lost a husband recently? I had to take a deep breath with him. I feel it was fairly quick.
Could you be the next one to get a reading?
I think I'm with you, sweetie. There's a name like Bree. They're showing me cheese. That's the new one. They showed me Bree cheese and her daughter's name Bree. See how this works?
This seminar will provide an experience that will truly enhance your understanding of the other dimensions.
When we get over there, we train to help 1 or 2 people that are on the earth plane, and we train to be their guides or their helpers.
And confirm that you
There's a dad figure coming through here.
are never alone.
Did you enjoy it? Oh, thank you so much.
All right, we are back with Michele Livingston.
Hello.
And I think we have tons of calls today.
And remember, it's 4 o'clock. Well, it's 4:30 where Tony is in LA, and it's 7:30 here. So wherever you're watching, I hope you can get through. And Tony usually screens the calls or looks at them. One thing we want to say is please turn the volume down. If you're watching me on the my fan page or wherever, just turn the volume down because sometimes we get a little reverberation or echo.
And try to make sure you're not on speakers. That way we can hear you nice and clear.
Nice and clear. And how this works for me is I say a prayer during break. I have 3 angelic beings that I call the light beings, and they surround us and form a triangle of protection. So wherever you're calling from, whatever part of the country or wherever, the angels will protect us the whole time. And I always ask for what is for your highest good to come through. So I'm ready to take some calls, Tony, and Tony picks the calls. So we don't know who we're going to talk to.
That's right. Well, we're going to start. Let's start with, I think her name is Marcia. So it's a 919 number. So 919, I believe your name's Marcia. You're on with Michele Livingston.
Hi, Michele. This is
Hello,
Marcia. How are you?
Hello, Miss Marcia. I like that name. How are you?
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm down from North Carolina. I haven't talked to you in a few years. How you been?
Oh, my goodness. I had a few years. I've been fine. How were you during the hurricane in Carolinas, Marcia?
Oh, yeah, we did get a little damage, but everybody's okay.
Perfect.
So, yeah, I just wanted to see if there was any messages from, the higher being, maybe from my dad or somebody like that,
Okay. Is your mother still on Earth, Marcia?
Yes.
Okay. Because I have a male figure acknowledging her, and I feel your dad is coming through. And I have to say something funny. He has a haircut to come through to talk to you tonight. He got his haircut.
Okay.
I think that's funny. He loves your mother very much, and he tells me that when he was on Earth, she was the love of his life, Marcia. I guess you know that. That's what he says.
Yes.
And he says, Marcia, he says, I want you to know I've been observing you for a while. And he says, you always put your best foot forward. Your dad is telling me that you are not so much an optimist, but when things come at you, Marcia, you have the ability to kind of pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Do you understand what your dad's saying to me?
Yes. Yes.
And you're the proverbial joy bringer. You do not like agitation or conflict. You want to see other people happy. And he's acknowledging a younger male. So I don't know if you have a son or a sibling who has a son, Marcia.
Yes.
Do you have a son, honey?
Yes.
Is he on Earth?
Yes.
Okay, Dad's watching over him. I want you to know this, Miss Marcia. I want to call you Miss Marcia because you're from the South.
I'm actually from Pennsylvania, but I moved to the South. Yes.
I know. Well, you have a little bit of an accent, my dear, which I love Southern accents. But Daddy,
thank you.
And your daddy salutes. So he's either with someone that served or he served at some point.
Yes.
Your dad.
Yes, he did.
Yes. Because he says, God bless America. We just had Veterans Day. And anyhow, he does watch over your son. Please don't worry about your son, Marcia.
Okay.
Your dad's a spirit guide, and he tells me there's good things coming up for that boy. I know he's not a little boy. Your dad says he's older now, but good things are coming up. And holy moly, do you have any children of age where you could be a grandmother?
Yes.
Oh boy. Fasten your seatbelt, Marcia.
Uh-oh.
You're going to be a grandma here.
Yes.
It's not
Fantastic.
It's not next week, but your dad has a baby in a blue blanket, and it's going to be a boy.
Aww.
And keep open to a B name. Keep open to a B. We're on a delay, so I talk very quickly, and I have to slow down. Keep open to a B name. A B name. Bob, Bill, Barb, Betty. They could be on Earth or past, but it's being acknowledged. Okay. So if you know a B name, let me know. All right, Marcia.
Okay. Well, my aunt Betty just passed away.
Okay. Because it's Betty. When I hear vowels, it could be Billy, Bobby. Your Aunt Betty's through, darling. And she says, surprise, Marcia. So she goes like this. Surprise, Marcia. She says, and she's a character. She says, I love you. She says, make sure you have a place set at the Thanksgiving table for me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, I can do that.
This is a lady that had a mind of her own. Did she smoke or did somebody else? I smell smoke coming in here.
Oh. She didn't smoke.
She did or didn't?
She didn't. No.
All right. Then she's with someone that smoked. And I'm telling them to knock it off. I'm telling them to knock it off because it's really strong in where I'm at right now.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there was some respiratory problems or heart problems with somebody.
Okay.
And I could be even flowing into the next caller, but I have to clear my throat. I don't know if your dad had difficulty in breathing at the end, Marcia.
Yes.
But I have to say somebody else smoked who's in heaven right now. They don't smoke now, but they did. I smell it really strongly, darling.
Okay.
So, yeah. And you have some allergies starting. I got to move on, but you have some allergies starting, Marcia.
Okay.
And so you need to get out and clean fresh air and please get an air purifier. Your dad wants you to. I think that's funny.
Okay.
Because
yeah, funny.
you're allergic to airborne substances, okay? So get one,
okay.
get one for your bedroom. Your dad wants you to, seriously. And your mother has soul contracted longer life, my dear. So be close to her. Your dad wants you to be close to her. Okay, Marcia?
Okay. Okay, great. Thank
so
you so much,
love from
sweetheart.
Dad and love from Betty.
She's funny.
Oh, she's a character.
Well, thank you. Oh, she is. She was so funny in life. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
I know. And
yeah.
she has a tote bag she's holding with all kinds of stuff in it.
I wonder what that's for.
Well, it's to show you that she's in control. Everything's in control in heaven. She has all her stuff placed in her bag, she says.
That would be her. Yes, that's perfect. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Happy Thanksgiving, darling. Take care. Bye-bye, Marcia.
Thanksgiving. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
That was a good one. I love that.
You don't know who you're going to get. Aunt Betty was all prepared in heaven. She had everything in that big bag of hers.
That's never puts it down.
What they do, Tony, they retain their personality and their mind and their memory bank and their consciousness. So how they were on Earth, they are when they come through. Really, that's just how it is.
Do they still carry that over? And I don't want to make it longer. Do they still carry that over in the next life?
Parts of the personality remain. Yes, absolutely.
That's good to know.
So you're going to be smiling and everybody's going to love you in your next lifetime, Tony, just like they do this lifetime.
I love that. All right, well, let's go to the next one. 484 doesn't say a name, so let's go ahead and just take that. 484, you're on with Michele Livingston.
Hi, Michelle. This is Joanne. How are you?
Oh, I'm just so fine, my dear. How are you, Joanne?
I'm good, thank you.
God bless you, honey. Where are you calling from?
I am actually calling from Nazareth, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. Have we talked recently? You sound familiar.
Yes. Yes, we actually have during your pet show.
During my pet show? Oh, did you have a pet come through, Joanne?
Actually, it wasn't the pet. I'm sorry, it was the insect show, not the pet show.
Okay. Yeah, I do a lot of shows. That's all right. Maybe you had a butterfly come through. But who would you like to connect with, Joanne?
I was hoping that I can hear from my parents who have passed.
Okay, Mama, and Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Would you consider your mom a good cook? I'm smelling food.
Excellent. Wow, she was an excellent cook, and we miss her cooking every day.
Well, you know what? The first thing when she comes through is she's letting me smell the most magnificent meal. I'm smelling Thanksgiving, but I'm smelling gravy and stuffing and cornbread and desserts.
She was an excellent cook.
Yeah, and she's laughing about your cooking.
Well, I was just going to say her daughter did not get any of it.
But that's all right. She loves you for who you are. We're not all cooks. I don't cook either, Joanne.
Okay.
Who had difficulty in walking at the end, honey?
They actually both did.
Yeah.
Both my mom and my dad.
I feel pain in my legs. I think your dad's coming through. It's fleeting, but he's letting me feel pain in my legs. He says, Joanne, I couldn't let this go by without saying you're my baby girl. And Mom and I are together, and we will be with you next week on Thanksgiving Day. And he says that you get yourself down sometimes, Joanne. But there is so much to be thankful for, darling. Yeah, you have overcome so much, and your parents are both so proud of you. And I know you miss them desperately, but they will be with you, and you will feel them. And they're talking about dreams. Have you dreamt of either one of them so far, darling?
I've dreamt a couple of times with my mom, my dad, not so much, but it's very rare.
Yeah.
And I always say, please come through. I want to see you or hear from you.
I know you do, because your dad's telling me he's going to make a special effort to come through in a dream. And they both want to rock you, Joanne, like you're a baby. They want to wrap their arms around you and rock you, darling. Sometimes you feel a little bit alone in this world. I'm rocking. I don't know if you're watching me, but I'm sitting here rocking. I'm rocking you like they would. But things will get better in the next year for you insofar as finances. Your dad wants you to know that. I don't predict the future, but also there's a true inner peace coming into your heart, darling, within the next few months as well. So you need to hear this, Joanne, okay?
Yes, thank you.
And I do have to move on, but bless you, and it's good to talk to you.
Well, happy Thanksgiving to you and Tony. Thank you.
Thank you so much, precious. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Joanne. Goodbye.
Do we have any 717s, Tony?
Oh, we have tons. You want to take some 7-1s?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'm hearing the angel say 717.
Well, there's a bunch. So let's do Janine. I think that's her name. 717. So let's say Janine. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, you're live with Michele Livingston. Go ahead.
Hello, my dear.
Hi, darling. How are you?
I'm doing fine. And what is your name, Janine?
Janine. Yes, I'm here.
It's nice to talk to you, sweetheart. What's your question?
I was wondering if I lost my dad, my mom, and my daughter, and I was wondering if any of them would come through.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Blessings for you, darling. Did your daughter go quickly?
2 years.
Okay. So by the time she was diagnosed or whatever, she was out of here. It wasn't long.
Correct.
I have your daughter through.
Oh God, I'm going to cry probably. But
she says, "Mom, you'll always be my best friend. Thanks for all you did for me. I've always appreciated all your love." She liked her memorial. I don't know how long she's been gone, but she liked her memorial. You did right by her, sweetheart. You were a good mom for her. And she looks wonderful. Your daughter was a lovely girl. She was lovely.
Yeah. Yes, she was.
Do you have grandchildren, honey?
Yes, I do.
Because she's acknowledging, your daughter's acknowledging the grandchildren. I don't know if any of them are hers.
No, no,
I didn't think so. But these would be niece and nephews of hers. Niece and nephews of hers.
It's my husband. I just recently got married, and they're his daughter's kids.
Okay, congratulations then, because she's acknowledging the grandchildren, which means she knows about the wedding. Congratulations. Have you been to Florida, honey?
No, I haven't.
Guess what? For some unknown reason, you're going to take a trip down there.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. And I do have Mama through. I have your Mama through. I'm sorry, I have to talk fast. She's not a fancy lady, your mother. She was a little bit more on the plainer side. She's had her hair fixed to come to talk to you. And she wants you to keep up with your hair. Are you coloring your hair, honey? Are you coloring it?
Yes.
Mama says, keep up with that. It makes you look younger. She likes the new husband, your mom.
Oh, does she? Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. And she loves when you laugh because laughter is good medicine. And honestly, when you're laughing, your mother's laughing with you. And you and your husband laugh a lot, and that pleases her. That pleases your mother. Do you have any of your mother's furniture or jewelry, sweetheart?
I have her jewelry.
Yes. And I don't know if it fits you, but your mother says, go ahead and wear it. She says, life's short. I want you to wear my jewelry. That's how she talks.
Yeah, yep, that's her. That's her.
And there might be some German. There's some German either on your husband's side or your side, darling. German.
That would be my mom's side.
Right. Because she's with her mother, which is your maternal grandmother.
My nanny, yes.
Yeah. She has her through. And they're preparing for the day of thankfulness, they're saying. The day of thankfulness.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yep. That's her favorite, both of their favorite holidays.
Yes. There's November, December connections, my dear, in your family. So I don't know if they're birthdays or crossing months, but they take the calendar and circle November, December for me.
Right. Crossing months.
And who crossed in those months, my dear?
My daughter and my dad.
That would make sense then. Because they don't want you to have a blue Christmas or a blue Thanksgiving. They want you to remain happy. Okay? And you tell your husband to take you on some trips. You deserve a good vacation.
I will tell him.
And I'm going to see you because I'm telling you, you're going to Florida.
All right.
I got to move on, my dear. Have a wonderful turkey day. God bless you, honey.
You too. Bye-bye.
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 That was sweet.
Her daughter came through. I'm so glad. So any other 717s, I'll take them.
All right, let's take Heather from 717. So go ahead. Heather, you're on with Michele Livingston.
Hi.
Hello, Heather. How are you, darling?
Wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine. It's good to talk to you. Question? Story? Do you want to tell a story, or who do you want to hear from, sweetheart?
I just wanted to see if anybody was going to come through and be with us on Thanksgiving. The family's all getting together. I wonder who I can set a plate for.
Well, maternal grandmother, she passed?
No.
Oh, I have a lady on your mother's side, though.
Okay.
That belongs to your grandmother, Heather. I think it's an older sister of your grandmother's, which would be a great aunt.
Okay.
And she's not very tall. And she wants a place set at the turkey table. She calls it the turkey table. And are you married, darling? Do you have a boyfriend? Are you married?
I have a boyfriend, yeah.
Oh, heavens. I don't know if you're capable of children. This lady has a baby in a pink blanket.
Oh, I don't know. That's
Are you capable of having babies? God.
Well, I don't know. I'm 37, so I'm not like on the fence about that.
You're capable. You're capable. Do you know there's a possibility of you having a baby girl? I'm not kidding you. This lady has a little baby in a pink blanket. This looks like a little rosebud. Hand it down to you, Heather.
Oh.
And she's holding up she's holding up two fingers. So how many siblings do you have, sweetheart?
2.
She's acknowledging the other two siblings. Okay, Heather? And I have a male figure. Is one of your grandfathers passed?
Yes, both.
This is your dad's dad, okay? Paternal.
Okay.
He's a character. He's picking at his teeth.
He's what?
Picking at his teeth.
Okay.
So I don't know if he had dentures, partials, or if he used toothpicks. But he's picking at his teeth. And you might need to go to the dentist, Heather.
What was?
You might need to go to the dentist, honey.
Yeah,
but
that's probably true.
He wants you to set a place at the table for him. He's very proud of your dad's side of the family. And you've made your daddy happy. You need to hear this, honey. You've made your daddy happy. So if you don't want any babies, take precautions, Heather. I'm not kidding you. All right?
Okay.
Because there's one gonna fall right in your lap.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. So have a good Thanksgiving, sweetheart. God bless you.
You too. I appreciate. God bless you, Michelle.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye, honey.
All right. Do you want to take another 717?
You pick, Tony.
Okay.
You pick.
Okay. Well,
you're good at picking.
Oh my goodness. Don't put the pressure on me. We have a 203. I think Patrick. Want to know if his mother or father are coming through. So let's
get him on.
All right, Patrick, you there?
Hi, this is Patrick. Happy Thanksgiving, Tony and Michelle. So happy I got through.
Oh, where are you calling from, Patrick?
I'm in Connecticut, and I was asking, I guess, for my mother or father. With the holidays coming around, we had everybody at our house, and my mother pretty much did all the cooking, the entertaining, and the whole bit. And I just I was thinking a lot of them for the holidays. Yes, your mother was quite a lovely lady, Patrick. I like her. She's through. And she has blue light around her, sir. And your mother was a person of faith to a point. She loved life and she loved people. Yeah. And you're her number one son. I do have to tell you that. Oh, wow. Well, I helped care for her toward the end. I know. And she said from the bottom of her heart, thank you, son. She said nobody could have done it better. Oh, wow. Wow. Now, she has a cat with her. Did you have a cat, Patrick? A cat. I had a cat, yes. And my cat she passed away a year ago, this past July, and my cat passed away in December, right after her. Yeah, she's holding your cat. And it's a light colored cat. And she says, look who I brought. She says, I brought your baby, Patrick. I brought your baby. Oh, wow. And this cat is purring. The cat is purring so loud. And your mother places the baby cat in your lap, honey. Now your dad's through. Your dad wore glasses, is that correct? Often, not all the time, but for reading and stuff, yes. Yes. And he's taking them off and on. He wants you to get your eyes checked. He says he understands you now. He understands you better now from heaven than he did when he was on earth. And I don't know what that means. But I need to tell you that you are a bright and shining star now in your dad's eyes, Patrick. And wow. And you do like music. You like music, don't you? Yes. I actually used to sing a lot of Frank Sinatra. And you did it my way. You did it your way, your dad says. Yeah, they came. They would come whenever I sang. They both would come when I would sing. So yeah.
I know. Because your dad says, I want you to sing I Did It My Way.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Listen, you are such a pleasure to talk to. God bless you, sir. You have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Know that your cat is with you, your beloved mother is beautiful, and your dad, okay?
Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving to both of you again, and Merry Christmas.
Take care, hon.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, we have just time for one more, and then
I
know. It's these have been great calls. So, but I think Shelby's. I don't. There's a couple names, so I don't want to say it wrong. So it's another 717. So let's go ahead and take that call. So you're on live with Michele Livingston. Who's this?
Shelby?
Hi, this is Shelby.
Hello,
Yes.
Shelby. Thank you for
I'm
calling.
great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, sweetheart. Thank you for calling. Who do you want to connect with, Shelby?
My father. Today is his birthday.
Oh, my goodness, girl. I'm so glad you got through. Today is Daddy's birthday.
Yes.
I hear him. He says, I'm her daddy. And he has change or coins in his pocket, and he's throwing down pennies for you, Shelby, and dimes. So I want you to look for pennies and dimes, honey.
Yes, and I always find them too, and he always rattled his change in his pockets.
Yeah, I know. He's doing it now. I hear it. He says, tell my Shelby not to give up. I don't know why he's saying this. He's saying this. Tell my Shelby not to give up. Tell her she has many good years ahead. Tell her I love her more than she'll ever know. Did anybody get a tattoo recently, darling? Oh, God, what's this about?
Yes, my daughter did.
Was it in someone's honor or just a tattoo? Because your dad's mentioning it.
It was just, I got a tattoo in honor of my dad when he passed on my leg.
That's it. Okay. It's a memorial tattoo. He says, he says, Shell, thanks for remembering me. And he says, and tell my granddaughter how much I love her. That would be your daughter, sweetheart. He adores her. He does.
Yes.
She tends to have a mind of her own, though. Your daughter.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And sometimes she's a little hard to control, but your dad says, I'll see to it that everything runs smoothly. I love him. He's a character. And he liked to eat, Shelby. He liked to eat.
Yes, he did. Yes,
He's
he
rubbing
did.
his
I was
belly.
always cooking for him.
What'd you say, sweetheart?
I said I was always cooking for him.
Yeah, because he loved to eat. And
yes, he did.
We have said this numerous times this evening. Would you please set a place at the Thanksgiving table for your daddy?
Absolutely, I will.
He says, I don't have to be the head of the table, but at least if you have a seat for me, I'll be happy. I love his energy, darling. I love his energy.
Yes, he was a jokester.
He sure is. He's quite the jokester. And he says, you don't have to have a birthday cake for me today. He says a cupcake will do.
It is so funny because my best friend's birthday is today, and I bought a cake. And I also had, Michelle, you're local from the Pennsylvania area. Tom Russell, the weather guy on Channel 21.
Okay.
Him and my father were close. And he said a happy birthday to my dad on air tonight as well.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, your dad's joking. Just have a cupcake for me and stick a candle in it, he says.
Yep, that would be my dad.
But Shelby, thank you so much, sweetheart, for watching, for listening. God bless you. You can always write to me anytime you want to. And you have a wonderful Turkey Day.
Thank you. You as well.
Take care, my dear.
Okay, thank you. You too. Merry Christmas and a happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, I'll be on again before Christmas.
Oh, that's right. You have a show coming. I'm going to try to attend that show in Hershey.
That's my seminar, but I mean, I'm going to have another podcast show like this within the next couple of weeks, okay?
Okay. I will definitely be keeping my eye on it.
God bless, honey. Good night.
All right. Thank you. You too. Good night.
That's great. This was such a great show. And there's so many people out there looking for answers. And Michele, thank you for being there for them.
Oh, thank you for being there for me, Tony, because I couldn't do this without you.
Of course.
And so we're East Coast, West Coast.
That's right.
and I do want to say thanks to everybody for watching and listening. I'll be back in a couple weeks. Remember, my first segment is a little teaching, and then I'll take your phone call. So please be patient with me. And everybody have a great Thanksgiving. There's so much to be thankful for. I'm thankful for all of you. God bless you all. Have a beautiful evening. Mwah.
Bye, Michele. Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye-bye, darling.
If you enjoy the Michele Livingston Show and want to see her in person, check out her next live seminar.
So here we go. If you can work with me, close your eyes. We're going to take 8 deep breaths, and we're going to start.
Have you recently lost a loved one?
Who lost a husband recently? I had to take a deep breath with him. I feel it was fairly quick.
Could you be the next one to get a reading?
I think I'm with you, sweetie. There's a name like Bree. They're showing me cheese. That's the new one. They showed me Bree cheese and her daughter's name Bree. See how this works?
This seminar will provide an experience that will truly enhance your understanding of the other dimensions.
When we get over there, we train to help 1 or 2 people that are on the earth plane, and we train to be their guides or their helpers.
And confirm that you
There's a dad figure coming through here.
are never alone.
Did you enjoy it?